Into the Green, the most beautiful countrysides in the world and why we need them. Imagine this. You step outside your small wooden cottage in the early morning. A soft breeze carries the scent of wildflowers and pine. Birds are singing their dawn melodies. A deer gently crosses a nearby meadow, and rolling hills stretch out before you, painted in greens, yellows, and soft purples. This isn't a dream. It's life in the countryside. And in a world buzzing with technology and concrete, these rural paradises are more than just scenic escapes. They are medicine for the soul. In this journey, let's explore the most breathtaking countrysides in the world and uncover why humans are deeply nourished by these natural spaces, mentally, emotionally, and even physically. The English Cotswolds, timeless charm and storybook scenery. Let's begin in England. The Cotswolds look like they were plucked straight from a Jane Austen novel. Rolling green hills, golden stone cottages, and hedgerows bursting with color. Sheep dot the fields like puffy clouds. Walking here feels like breathing history. Every path lined with ancient oaks and whispering winds. But it's not just about the view. Studies from the UK's Natural Environment Research Council have shown that people who live near green rural areas experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. Being in nature slows the heart rate and quiets the mind. Just one stroll through the Cotswolds proves it. Tuscany, Italy, sun-kissed hills and natural harmony. Next, we drift to Tuscany, where green meets gold. Vineyards sprawl across the hills like nature's patchwork quilt. Cypress trees line dusty roads, and butterflies dance over lavender fields. Wildlife thrives here. Wild boars, foxes, and nightingales all call this countryside home. But beyond its beauty, Tuscany teaches us something powerful, a slower pace of life. Rural Italian communities live closer to the land and the seasons. They savor, not rush. And that mindfulness, that rootedness, is a kind of therapy we desperately need in modern life. Countryside living brings us back into rhythm with the earth and ourselves. The Atherton Tablelands, Australia, rainforest meets countryside. Now picture lush green highlands, waterfalls cascading through fern-laced jungles, and kangaroos hopping through open fields. Welcome to the Atherton Tablelands in northern Australia. This countryside is wild, vibrant, and alive. You'll spot cassowaries, tree kangaroos, and parrots that look like flying rainbows. It's a place where biodiversity is everywhere. And that's the secret sauce. Studies show that being around a variety of plants and animals reduces blood pressure and boosts feelings of vitality. Being in a countryside filled with wildlife activates our deep evolutionary connection to the natural world. It's not just beautiful, it's primal and healing. Banff, Canada. Mountains, meadows, and moose. High in the Canadian Rockies lies Banff. Not just a national park, but a countryside of staggering beauty. Picture vast meadows sprinkled with wildflowers, turquoise lakes, and elk grazing at dawn. In Banff, the countryside feels cathedral-like, quiet, sacred. A 2021 Canadian study found that just 10 minutes in natural settings like Banff measurably improved memory and reduced mental fatigue. Why? Because nature doesn't demand anything from us. It simply invites us to be. In a world filled with alerts and noise, that silence is more valuable than gold. Hokkaido, Japan, fields of color and quiet beauty. In Japan, the northern island of Hokkaido offers a countryside of peaceful farms, rice paddies, and blooming flower fields that seem to stretch forever. Lavender, tulips, sunflowers, it's a canvas of shifting seasons. But Hokkaido also blends nature with deep cultural respect. The Japanese practice of Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing, began here. It's not hiking. It's simply being in the natural world, breathing it in, letting it fill you. Doctors in Japan actually prescribe time in the countryside as treatment for anxiety and burnout. And science backs it. Spending time in rural green spaces increases serotonin, the happiness chemical in our brains. The Sacred Valley, Peru, wild spirit and ancient earth. Tucked between the peaks of the Andes, Peru's Sacred Valley is one of the most majestic countrysides on earth. Terraced hillsides from Inca times still hold crops. Llamas roam freely, and the air, thin, crisp, and pure. Here, life is lived close to the land. Locals still farm by hand. Community matters. Nature is sacred. And when you stand on one of those ancient terraces, watching clouds swirl over the valley, something inside you softens. You remember what matters. Why countrysides heal us. So what is it about these places that nourishes us so deeply? Less noise, more space. Countrysides are quiet, and that quiet soothes the nervous system. Natural colors. Greens, blues, and earth tones are proven to reduce stress hormones like cortisol. Wildlife. Seeing animals in their habitat creates a sense of wonder and connection. Slower pace. Country living isn't about rushing, it's about being present. Connection to land, growing food, walking barefoot, hearing birds, all remind us that we belong to something bigger. In short, the countryside reminds us we're human, not machines, not inboxes, not endless to-do lists. You don't have to move to the countryside to feel its healing power. Visit, walk in it, listen to it. Even a short rural getaway can reset your mind and reconnect your spirit. And if you're lucky enough to live near one of these green oases, treasure it. Because in the end, we don't just need beautiful landscapes. We need to feel wild again. We need to remember silence. We need the countryside for our hearts, our health, and our humanity.